What's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we have a coffee request. This request comes from Susan. Thank you so much. And Susan says, languages are so similar in Scandinavia and Nordic countries. This video is from a channel called World Friends. If you want to watch it without my reaction, link is in the description. Let's go straight to the video. World Friends.
In Danish, we say "tur."
Are we
Tur.
all reading the same thing? But everybody else has
Sounds like
some
hawk.
sort of oomph to their
Tur.
word, and I really like that. I like the power.
Hello. For me, at least, we had classes about it in elementary school. We studied it for 3 years. We had classes once a week, every week.
Yeah, we also studied it, but we had it like for a month in high school.
Do you guys need subtitles or no?
When we had to learn all the family branches,
Yeah.
but it was a really long time ago, so I don't remember all.
I think we
Did
had
you
it
guys study in
elementary
school?
as well, but we also had to know the names and the gods and everything.
We studied it a lot, but I think I forgot. But I'm just very forgetful. So let's see. But I have like restudied because I have gained some interest again. But it wasn't necessarily the most famous ones, so that's why I think I might not know too much.
We studied it a little.
Notice how every single one of these ladies have great English. Scandinavian countries, or in this case, Nordic countries, are amazing with English speaking skills. That's amazing.
Bit, but we mostly focused on Finnish mythology, and it has some similarities, so it might be a little confusing to me.
The reason why
If you guys haven't noticed, we have 5 ladies. The first one from Finland, and then Iceland, and then Sweden, and then Norway, and then Denmark.
The reason why it was 3 years is because then there's like Icelandic stories that are based off it but are not part of the Norse mythology. So it would like go into like basically Icelandic class when we're learning like grammars and stuff. So it's like a little bit of mix, but that's also like when we were like 8. So I don't know if I remember anything.
So, where I'm from in school,
No.
I don't think we learned anything at all about Norse mythology. I think we
What are you talking about? You know, Marvel, Thor, Odin. You know, we normally get our information from Hollywood movies, I guess, on the Western side of the world.
learned about like Greek mythology. There was a little bit of like compare and contrast there, but mostly just Greek mythology. I don't know what's happening.
Odin.
I feel like in the US we would say Odin, but it's the first time I'm reading this word.
Okay, in Finland we would say Odin.
In Iceland we say Odin.
In Swedish, we
Odin.
say Odin.
In Norwegian,
Odin.
we say Odin.
In Danish, we say Odin.
I mean, it sounds like the same word
Odin.
each time, but with a different accent. It sounds uniquely pretty from each of you.
It is the same word with different accents. What are you talking about? That's the whole point. It's the same name with different pronunciations. How do you say it? Odin. How do you say it in Portuguese? I don't know. Ojin. I don't know. I have no idea.
Like for me, we don't spell it with a D, we spell it with a th, which
The.
is a special Icelandic character.
Nice.
That is like, it looks like a D, but it has
It's funny because this is the same in phonology. That's how you spell the voiced TH. The. It looks kind of like a D, like she said. Actually, it looks like a O with a tail and a cross on it. So yeah, whenever you want to phonetically spell something, you use that for the sound, and then a 0 with a cross with a, you know, kind of like a dash in the middle to have the unvoiced th sound.
which is a special Icelandic character.
Didn't know it
that
was
is
a
like, it
character
looks like
in
a D,
Iceland,
but
though.
it has like a line on the top. And
Until
the
I
pronunciation
found the
is like,
channel.
So it becomes like a Odin, like a little bit more smoother. I feel like.
Yeah, because Norway, Sweden, and Denmark are similar.
I think we're gonna be same for almost everything.
Odin.
Same, but
Odin.
different.
It's like more like a oo sound.
Oh, in Denmark, I think it's more Odin.
For me, if it's two D's, it would be Odin,
Odin.
but like there's only one D, so that's why I pronounce it like that.
We would say Odin as Odin. Oh, there is a D sound there, but
Odin.
we add another O in it to make it easier to pronounce.
Frigg.
As an American, I would probably read this as frig.
I'm not 100% sure. I think we would say this as Frigg.
In Iceland, we would say Frigg.
So in Swedish, we would say Frigg or Frigga.
In Norwegian, we will say Frigg.
In Danish, you would say frig.
I kind of like that it's not always the same like amount of syllables, but again, it's
Frigg.
like I feel like the way I said it versus the way you said it was just like an American trying to pronounce something with a bad accent. But it's still like I think is easy to recognize across everybody.
I mean, I can hear that Danish is saying the R in their throat a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that where I'm from in Sweden a bit too, but I'm trying to speak very like the national Swedish. But that was
That's something that is very interesting as well that she's pointing out, because you can't say this is a Swedish accent, because you can't say it's a Norwegian accent, because you have different accents from parts like northern, southern, you have different accents. So, some people might say one way and others might say it the other way. It's the same thing in the United States. Some people have the southern accent, some people have the northern, and it's the same as in the UK. Some people have, the Cockney accent, it's like different. Everyone has a different accent depending on where you're from. But it's interesting to see.
I mean, in Icelandic, it's not two G's, it's one. So for us, we say like the I longer, like Frigg, instead of like Frigg.
So in Denmark, how can you pronounce it for me one more time?
In Denmark, you would say frig.
Frig. Wait, I want to try harder.
Frig.
Is it better? Okay.
Thor.
In America, we would just say Thor. Okay, this one's easy, thanks to Marvel.
In Finland,
I told
we
you.
would say Thor.
In Iceland, we would say Thor.
in Sweden,
Thor.
we would say Tor.
In Norway, we will say Thor.
In Denmark, we would say Thor.
Thor.
I feel like this is the one that has like a lot of differences because it's like the very well known. Like, do your countries all write it like TH?
No, Tor.
There's no T in mine.
Eh? Oh, because you have that.
Wait, how did you say it again?
Thor. So just like how
Thor.
Odin is with a th, this is with a th, which is a whole other Icelandic letter. So it's only 3 letters for us, and the O is also a different O word basically. But yeah, it's like th.
But it's a different letter you have, right?
Yeah, TH like usually is like th, thop, thop.
It's
That's
also
a different.
Nice to
Wait,
listen
that's
to,
different.
Yeah, definitely.
That's different though. Phonetically, we spell the th differently. That looks more like a P. Interesting. That's very interesting.
Thop, thop.
It sounds so nice to listen to. Like,
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's so much softer, I feel like.
Yeah, it's my stepdad's name.
It sounds very charismatic.
I found it really interesting how everybody had either a T or a TH sound. I think everybody had their own way to begin the word, but also it was interesting because the O went between O and kind of, and then the R is just sometimes not even existent. The R is rounding out the word.
I do have a question. Why does the American have the better chair? Is she the host? She's the host, right? I feel like she's the host. Or maybe it's because America first, Yeah. Scandinavia second. You guys know that meme? Loki.
In America, I'm gonna go with Loki.
In Finland, we would pronounce this as Loki.
In Iceland, we would say Loki.
In Swedish, we would say Loke.
In Norwegian, we will say
Loke.
Loke.
Danish,
Like
you
Lucas?
would say Loke, but we don't have the I, we have the E.
We have E as well, yeah.
So it would be Loke. Yeah, you all have this. We all have the same.
Loke.
I mean, everybody started with L, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of it did not sound the same. I got the L and that was it. It went from like, it kind of sounded like going from like logi to lucky, like somewhere in between there.
Funny because to me it sounds so similar.
They didn't agree with
For
her.
me, like it all sounds basically the same.
I mean, especially
I love it when they don't agree. For me, it sounded very similar. Everybody said the same thing, and they were actually like, yeah. Like they were actually agreeing.
you and me, we were basically saying exactly same thing every time. Yeah.
So is there like a difference in the way you would spell it from what we see
She
in
just
the
said
English language?
In Norwegian, we will say L-O-K-E.
K-E.
Same in Denmark.
Yeah, it's the same, like L-O-K-I for Icelandic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same for Finnish too.
Mjolnir.
As an American, I will butcher this as Mjolnir.
I think we would pronounce this as Mjolnir.
In Iceland we say Mjölnir.
She
In
did
Sweden, we say
pretty well,
Mjolnir. In Norway, we will say Mjolnir.
In Denmark, you would say Mjølner, but this is again like we don't have the I, we have an E.
Oh, we also have E.
Oh, yeah, Mjolnir.
Mjølner, and then Ø.
As well. Yeah.
Mine is also a different kind of but it's not, we don't have the we have the with the two dots.
Oh, I also have that with two dots. Yeah.
You have the same as us, yeah.
And this time, I feel like it all sounded cohesive, like we were all saying the same word, but everybody had like a different, not just different accent, but you enunciated a different part of the word.
Like the emphasis.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say exactly.
The stress point of the word. I don't know exactly if I agree with that, but maybe.
So it was interesting to hear like everybody put power at different parts, and I feel like the English way, like the American English way of pronouncing this is very like relaxed, but everybody else had like some sort of oomph to their word, and I really like that. I like the power.
It's also like, it's the name of like Thor's hammer. So it's like,
It is.
Is it?
Oh, she didn't know that.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
have
thought
no
she was a
idea what
Marvel
we're
fan.
talking about. I've never seen Thor, so I'm actually really lost.
Even when I watch the movie, sometimes I don't get they're talking about it because they're pronouncing it.
Oh, the pronunciation is so, yeah, that makes
Mjolnir.
sense too though. So from the other times, I noticed like Norway and Sweden had kind of like similar pronunciations, but this time it sounded quite different. Could you guys just say that like one more time?
Okay, so in Swedish it's Mjölnir.
In Norwegian, it's Mjolnir.
Still sounds really similar.
I think the sound is similar, like the actual sounds you're making, but it was definitely like a difference on how you divided the word and like the enunciation.
I think the
For me, Swedish, she said Mjölnir, and Norwegian said Mjölnir. One was in a sound and the other was a sound. I feel like that's the difference.
longer the words get, because we have a little different sing-songy, it goes differently. So just short words, it would be similar, but longer.
Sing-song?
you
Yeah, but the
notice it.
Swedish is softer.
Yeah, they're more. I feel like you're more sing-songy than.
Yeah, no, I sing more.
In
Heimdall.
America, I would
Don't know.
say Heimdall. This looks like a German word.
Heimdall.
In Finland, I would say Heimdall.
In Iceland, we say heimdallur.
I think in Sweden we say.
It's a different
Heimdall.
word.
In Norway, we
Completely.
say Heimdall.
In Denmark, we say Heimdall.
I'm not really sure about like Norse side of things, but at least like looking at this, because American English takes a lot of their inspiration from German. So
Old Norse
from
too.
that perspective, that's why I said like Heimdall instead of Heimdall. But it seems like it was actually pretty like 50-50. So this half said Heim, and then at the end you were saying Heim, right?
Isn't it because you're closer to Germany, you would pronounce it like that?
Yeah, we definitely have some like similarity German and Denmark. Yeah.
I feel like also Icelandic is closer to Old Norse, where like the names used to end, almost all of them used to end in like UR. So we keep that still. So like instead of it being shortened, like in the
English
other ones,
is
it goes
Old
just
Norse
like
too.
Heimdall. We keep the Old Norse ending like dallur.
So it's a double L and UR.
Oh, okay. What is Heimdall or Hamdall?
Like Heim, it means, at least in Icelandic, it means like home or world. Like Heimdall is the one that can see everything in the world. Like he opens the gate between the Midgard, which is our world, and Asgard,
Midgard.
which is
Lord of
the
the
world of
Rings.
the gods. Okay. So he's the one in charge of the gate in between the worlds.
That job sounds
I absolutely love that Lord of the Rings is based on Nordic or Norse mythology. Asgard, Midgard. I love that, you know, Tolkien had a lot of inspiration and added a lot of Norse mythology into Lord of the Rings. In fact, I think it's good time to mention that we have Lord of the Rings in the wish list. So guys, go support so we can react to it. Link is in the pinned comments.
That job sounds stressful. I would be growing gray hair.
I'm just pronouncing the words very like the way Finnish people would read the word. At least in my knowledge, I don't think we have Finnish versions of these words. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Maybe I should Google this first. But yeah, so I'm just pronouncing it the way Finnish people would pronounce that word.
Baldur.
As an American, I would say Balder.
In Finland, we would pronounce this Baldur.
In Iceland, we would say Baldur.
In Swedish, we would say Balder.
In Norwegian, we will say Balder.
In Danish, we would say Balder.
You sounded so Norwegian
That
when you
is
said
so
that.
different.
Yeah.
I heard different words every time. I heard different syllables. That was really interesting. So like the L and the R are pretty much like either there or just
Isn't
not
that
there
in the Lord of the
completely,
Rings,
depending on
Baldur?
where you're from. That's really cool.
We don't have the U, we have the E. Balder.
Tire.
Yeah, I would say like tire or tur. That was not beautiful. That was not graceful.
In Finland, we would say Tyr.
In Iceland, we say Tyr.
In Swedish, we say
Interesting.
Tyr.
In Norwegian, we say Tyr.
In Danish, we say Tyr.
Are we all reading the same thing?
Tur.
So we're not reading the same thing. This is how it's spelled in English.
Okay, yes. So I'm really curious because I see Tyr. So I know that it's not spelled the same for you, but what sound does the Y make for you guys?
We pronounce
What does the
Y as
Y
E.
say?
For like in Icelandic, the spelling is a Y but with a comma on top.
Okay.
So we have just Y, but this one is say E.
For me, it's
Wait, one more time.
For Norwegians, it's E.
For Swedish, at least,
E.
I heard that this is one of the hardest vowels to learn.
E.
You have that too, I guess. Yeah.
In Denmark, you say y, so it's also kind of the same, yeah.
It's the R that made it sound differently.
Because you can't hear the R really in Danish. It's always gone.
It goes like in the.
Yeah, like you're throwing up.
Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like we add also another Y in it, so it would be Tyr.
Asgard.
In America, I would say like Asgard or Asgard.
In Finland, we would say
What
this
would you
as
say?
Asgard.
In Iceland, we say
What did she say?
Or Asgard.
In
What? Oh my gosh. Why? Oh man. It sounds like she's talking about like a bulletproof underwear.
Finland, we would say this as Asgard.
In Iceland, we say
Asgard.
Ásagarður.
Oh, I was so surprised. In Sweden, we would say Asgård.
In Norwegian, we will say Oscar.
In Denmark, we would say Asgård.
What the heck?
Yeah, I've heard that this is way different between them all.
Sounds like you're saying Oscar, the name.
Yeah, it's true.
So nobody likes the letter A, do you guys?
We don't say A.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's like ah. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. So more like a oh. It's not like it was
Why not?
not cohesive.
In Icelandic, we as becomes Ása.
Oh, yeah.
Ausa.
We have a lot of Scandinavians in the chat right now. Do you guys agree entirely with the pronunciations they are doing? Because Lena said, as a Norwegian, I wouldn't say as she did. And let me know in the comments if you guys agree also with the pronunciation that they're doing.
Wait, yours was really interesting. Can you say it again?
So, like, guard becomes garður. Garður, like a garden.
Yeah.
And then as, which is like Æsir, the gods, they're called Æsir. So
Nice.
that's like a conjugation of that is Ásagarður.
Ah.
I never thought about
Ásagarður.
that actually.
It's nice. Like, I always feel like talking about Norse mythology, even though like even though it's technically like a religion from our like descendants, or like our ancestors.
That's what I was going to ask. As soon as I saw the girl from Iceland, I was wondering, in Iceland, how is it seen? Like Norse mythology, how is it seen? Is it more, because I've heard it's more of a religion rather than a mythology. So I think Iceland is stronger with the Norse mythology than with the belief in that than any other Scandinavian country. Is that correct?
Or like our ancestors, I mean, not our descendants. But like, I don't know, it always makes me feel more like connected to like my culture, like the Viking background. I don't know, that's why I've always really liked Norse mythology. So it's always fun to hear like how the countries that kind of come from that background still.
Do you guys
how they're
like watching
similar and how they're
Norsemen?
different, how like our languages have developed and evolved from each other.
But I think also it's kind of nice to hear that we quite similar. Like even if it sounds really different, like Iceland or Finnish, we can still understand. Like Denmark, Sweden, Norway can still understand Finland and Iceland.
So today we pronounced Norse mythology gods and places names today.
If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
We will see you soon.
These are so nice. These videos are so cool. I like these type of videos. They're very educational and they are, you know, it's really fun to learn about different cultures, how you pronounce. And as an English teacher myself, I find it very interesting, you know, learning about languages, its origins. So it's pretty cool. Thank you so much, Susan, for sharing this with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed the reactions. Let me know if you agree with the pronunciation, if you would say it differently. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. And also let me know, what do you think of the English pronunciation, like especially in Marvel? Because they said they were watching like a Marvel movie and they will never know or never recognize Mjolnir, for example, when they said in the movie. Do you find it distracting, like they're butchering the language or not? And what do you think of Marvel having Norse mythology in general? With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Buy me coffee if you want to request a video just like Susan did, or click over here to see more videos. Bye-bye.